Step in the moment, feel what's potent. Move with the movement, be the moment. Come on, starts right here. Step in the moment, feel what's potent. Move with the movement.
Welcome to the very first episode of the Starts Right Here podcast, where we educate, equip, and empower the next generation. My name's Teray. I'll be your host. To my right, we have Mia,
Hi.
aka Mia the Brand.
Excellent.
And in the middle here, we have the CEO, the founder, my uncle, Will Keats. So on this podcast today, we'll be talking about the why. Why Starts Right Here, why it was started, why we're here. And I would like to pose that question first to my uncle. Why Starts Right Here?
Starts Right Here, it's like a universal type name. You know, if you want to change your life, you can be in the kitchen, you can be driving somewhere, but if you want to change your life, anywhere you are in your life, it starts right here. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to make that something that was universal for everyone. But Starts Right Here is, to be brief, I wanted to change what was going on in our community. And I wanted that change to start right here. And I wanted to change when it comes down to the youth. Families understanding the youth understanding their families and parents, and I wanted to stop the violence in the community. I wanted to give kids better education. I wanted to change how education looked for our community. I wanted to show more love, create that environment of respect, change the culture when it comes down to how we are inside a school of education, and I just wanted to feel good about, you know what I'm saying, knowing that we're doing some of the toughest work to help people, and that is working in so many different levels.
Of course.
Yeah.
And was there a certain event that made you want to start something like this?
Yeah. Put it like this: the event of me being young, you know, I always wanted to be Luke Skywalker. One of the ones who helped save the galaxy. You know, I will always be one of the ones. And then when The Matrix came out, I wanted to be, was it Neo? Neo. Wanted to be Neo. He was one of the ones, and so I wanted to be that. And so now I feel like I am one of the ones who is helping the community. But me being molested at 7 years old, being left for dead at 15 years old, me being abandoned, you know what I'm saying, temporarily, you know what I'm saying, by my family, me feeling lost, me feeling, you know, like I didn't belong, me feeling insecure, me having anxiety, knowing I had mental health and I didn't know I had mental health, me going through just so much pain when it comes down to wanting a family and to see people have those families that eat together, that pray together, that watch TV together, and I didn't have that. You know what I mean? It was something that I really was looking for, and I wanted to make sure that if people today didn't have that right now, that we can help teach them that it's possible for you to have that.
Amen to that.
You know, and so yeah, man. I don't know if I answered the question or not.
No, you answered the question perfectly. So when coming up with this concept or this idea, this organization, did you face any challenges from the community or from anyone when it came to starting something like this?
Yeah, I remember when I went to this group. It was a group of men, and I told them what my dreams was, that I wanted to start a school. And I was like, yo, I'm about to start this school.
You're a teacher?
And they looked at me like, okay. And I'm thinking to myself, don't we supposed to be clapping?
Yeah. Like,
Man, they looked at me like, man, you ain't starting no school, which fueled my fire. Because even though in a sense I can understand them thinking I sound crazy because it's so hard to do this.
especially in Iowa and you being who you are.
Yeah, but I had so many, you know what I'm saying, people that were helping me, that was in powerful positions that I can talk to and see if they can help me, you know, make something like this happen. Now, don't get it twisted though. I had no idea what I was doing, you know what I'm saying, or how I was going to do it. So that's why I had to get a nonprofit, a board. And when I got my board, I was just like, okay, you want to be on my board? You want to be on my board? Not realizing to have a board, people have to have some type of specialties. You know what I'm saying, to help you with your nonprofit, to help it grow. So, so yeah, man, it's challenges.
A plethora.
There's a lot.
There's a lot. We won't be able to talk about through this whole podcast, but the challenges of people not believing, you know, and the challenges of me not knowing, you know what I'm saying, what I was going to do and how I was going to do it. So unless you want to get into some stories, I don't think we're ready for that yet.
Yeah, we'll save that for the next episode 109 or something.
So I just want people to know that, you know, and in this platform we will be telling some stories.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? And I won't be saying names, but I'll be telling the actual stories about what it took to get to this level and what I've been through personally and what my family been through, you know. So yeah, I'm ready to tell that. But this is the beginning right now, so we gonna chill. You know what I'm saying? To the next. I messed up. I'm about to say chill to the next episode. We're gonna. But what is it though? We're gonna.
Okay.
What? What's the saying he's thinking of?
What is it saying to the next episode? What's the first thing?
That song. It's a bar though.
So when it comes to belief, like, you know how Deion Sanders, you know, when he was at Colorado, he's like, you believe now? You believe me now? You believe us now? So do you think that people's mindsets have changed from, can he really do this? Is he really going to do this? To, man, I need to be a part of this now somehow.
If people don't believe now, they just want to hate on me. They just want to hate on this whole thing. If they don't believe now, after everything that we've been through, that we're still going and we're still going strong, if they don't believe now, then it's just pure hate, you know? And to know that the kids are bragging about this place, loving this place, they're graduating, they're developing their minds, they're changing their mindsets. To not want to be a part of something that's actually helping the community, to me, is insane.
Crazy.
It's insane. You can hate me all day, and the only reason why a lot of people hate me, you know what I'm saying, is because of my relationship with people they don't like. So they're saying to themselves, why am I dealing with somebody who supposedly don't like black people? But I don't look at it that way, because I don't see them that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm working with people that actually care about people, and they help put me in a position to actually help people, and especially my people. So it's like, if I'm making that happen, I will never let a disagreement that I have with politicians or people with power, I would never let a disagreement stop progress.
Flop it.
You know what I'm saying?
What?
So when people get so upset, I'm like, I literally just showed you the formula. Because I'm a black man with a do-rag on my head, scars on my face. I would go to a ball where they dressed up in nice balls. You know, females got the nice outfit, like prom-looking outfits on, and the guys got the suit on, and I got jeans and Timbs on.
With a do-rag.
With a do-rag on my head. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be me, and I want to teach people to just be yourself, and watch when you be yourself. Watch how you grow mentally. I mean, of course, you're going to have some issues here and there, you got some problems, but you're going to learn how to fight through it.
Exactly.
And you're going to have people that's going to help you fight through it.
Yeah. Because what's your motto? What's your slogan?
It's not about what you've been through, but it's how you get through
How
it.
you get through it.
Yeah.
Exactly. And for this blueprint here, like, we talk about how the kids like school and they're graduating and they're doing all these things throughout the school day. Was the recipe or the blueprint always supposed to have teachers? Like, we have our own teachers here. So math, science, social studies.
Well, it wasn't supposed to be a school at first. But one of, and I'll say his name, Stoy Hall, he said to me, he said, hey, why don't you build your own school? You got all these connections, build your own school. I said, man, I ain't no LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, how am I going to, you know what I'm saying, build the school? He said, man, you got so many people behind you. Go ahead, go for it. So one day I called the governor. I said, hey, Kim.
You just called the governor. Hey, let me call the governor of Iowa really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that easy.
I can do that. let me call Kim and I'm gonna talk to her about this. I said, Kim, I want my own charter school. She said, you do? I said, yeah. It was a longer conversation than that, you know what I'm saying? But just the gist of it. And all of a sudden, there was in January when she had the state of, when she talks to the whole state, she had a big thing about the charter schools. And I was like, oh, this is real. But I had no idea that we was trying to get charter schools in Iowa for the past 20-something years, and it wasn't, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't happening. So for me to get, you know what I'm saying, to ask her, and then she gets involved and she helps get other people involved, which actually made this happen.
Man.
Shout out.
I couldn't believe it. I'm all the way in
Yeah.
looking at it. Like, you know what? I used to live in D.C. for about 6-7 years, or the DMV area, and just seeing you guys' progress that you've made after I left, I was like, what in the world? Like, oh, like,
Yeah.
when I first saw this building, it was nothing but bones. Like, I was just seeing, like, the beginning of it, like, the beginning of the building, everything. I'm like, it's about to be pretty dope. But I'm not thinking, like, and I won't lie, I was thinking kind of small when I saw it. I was like, this is pretty cool, man. Like, yeah, do your thing.
I don't know. When they walk up in here,
But then when I started seeing on social media, like how you're blowing, like how it was blowing all the way up, I'm like, what in the world did he create over there? I'm like, this is crazy.
when you change how education look and how kids see themselves and how they start feeling good about themselves and they want to be in a place where they know that you actually care and love them. I'm not saying that there's no other place like that, but to have like a smaller environment where you can actually pour your heart into, you know what I'm saying, those kids in a small scale, they really, you know what I'm saying, is like, yo, this is beautiful. But don't get it twisted. You know, me and Yvonne Palmer, we started this together. It wasn't easy. The kids came in here was not, you know what I'm saying, really on that level. They of wanted to change their life. They just saw something different and wanted to give it a try.
And Yvonne Palmer, was that Miss P?
Miss P.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
They wanted to give it a try. And I blame myself because I was so passive. I let them get away with, in the beginning, with so many different things, attendance, you know what I'm saying, the behavior. I let them get away with so many different things because I was one of those ones who was like, yo, I know you're messing up right now. I know you said this, you disrespected me, you disrespected Miss P, but we're here to help you. And you have some kids that constantly keep doing it, and I'd be like, yo, we're here to help you. So I'm constantly, you know what I'm saying, trying to let them know we're here, so stop being disrespectful. But it got to the point, man, where sometimes them being disrespectful became like a normal thing to some of them. You know what I'm saying? But then you had some kids who wasn't disrespectful was getting upset that these other kids was being disrespectful. And that could have caused a problem. Then all of a sudden, if we didn't make a move on some of these kids that are being disrespectful, that basically like tell them that they can't come back no more, it was going to cause a chain reaction of this bad behavior. Because if you guys are not going to focus on the ones who do want to do better, it seemed like we were focusing more on the ones who was doing bad because we had to give them so much attention because we were trying to get them to chill. So we was like literally, you know what I'm saying, in a sense abandoning the ones who was actually, you know what I'm saying, wanting to do good. So it caused a problem. And you know how hard it is to tell a kid that you ain't ready for this program, you gotta go.
When you know that you're sending them out there to whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we don't know where you're going to end up.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is a longer conversation for another episode, but we had to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And man, we learned.
And I'll bring it back full circle here because it's like after I started working here, it seems like you have a very ironclad system here. You know.
It took time.
Yeah.
And to be honest, in order for something like that to work, your staff has to, you know what I'm saying, really understand your mindset when it comes down to what you're looking for and what you want. That took work too.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna stop
You know,
right here.
yeah.
Now,
Right.
this is where Miss Mia comes in. One of the driving forces behind Starts Right Here, who pretty much has, held up the culture that you're trying to keep here. So Mia, how did you start at Starts Right Here?
So I knew him way before I even knew he was starting the school. So one day, Will and Jay, his wife, asked me and his son to come to church with them on a Sunday, and I was like, yeah, sure, I need some juice in my life right now. So
I don't even know.
yeah, on another episode. So I came and it was in the back. So I walked in and I'm like, what kind of church is this?
Oh, wait, the church. You got to go back to.
Go back.
Yeah, you got. Wait a minute. I have to explain this part first.
Oh, what?
When we first started, we was working on the front of Starts Right Here, and the back we didn't have enough funds for the back, so we
nothing back here yet.
yeah, there's nothing back here. So my friend Al Perez asked me to, can a church come back in the back, to actually have service because they didn't have no place to go.
Wow.
And so I said, I let them come back here. And so they did. And then there we go. I just want to make sure that we know
that
why the
makes
church was up in here.
When you did tell that church story, I was like, why the
was
hell
getting,
were they
like,
having church back
Cold.
there?
Right.
Something crazy like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't. But it was back here when there was nothing. So I'm like, okay, this is weird. It was a nice service though. I will say that. And then after it was over, we went back to the front, and then he was like, I'm building a school, right? And I looked at him and I'm like,
You ain't doing that.
So you felt the same way those people did in that room?
Hey, it's hard not to, Uncle Will.
Unbelievable.
Around in Tim's
Hey,
and a do-rag.
hey,
Hey.
Yeah.
hey, that's not.
Like, if it was going to be hard for
Don't high
anybody
five.
to start a school, the main
Leave me
person would have been
hanging?
you.
Oh,
Jeez.
don't do high four.
Yeah, but that's why, and not to go on a tangent, but that's why it's so crazy that you did this, because we live in a state, Iowa, which a lot of people that look like us think that it's hard to do anything out here because it's majority of people that don't look like you.
Yeah.
So when it comes to you starting something like this, for someone who, you know what I'm saying, carries
like,
yourself the way you do, unapologetically yourself to do something like this, we're all like, bro, what?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
ain't no way.
But I'm not gonna lie, that's what taught me, like, to be authentic. That's one thing I learned from me. When you're authentic, people gravitate towards you more, they trust you more, and they enjoy being around you more, because you're not like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, of course, we code switched. But, anywho, yeah, so we went back to the front. I was like, this is about to be a school. Like, okay. And I made a joke, and where the front desk is, I'm like, oh, one day I'm going to be right here, checking people in. I'm going to be like this, blah, blah, blah. And fast forward, I was at a 4th of July party, and he called me, and he was like, yo, I need you to interview to work at Starts Right Here. And I'm like, what?
What?
Because,
That's it like that?
yeah,
Oh.
How do you say it again?
yo. Come and interview.
The voice got to be a little bit higher.
I'm not.
You ain't going to do that?
I'm gonna try too hard. It's gonna sound crazy. But I'm like, all right, sure. Because one, that's my father-in-law, and if he calls me, he's like, I need you to do this, I'm gonna do it, because it's for a reason. And now that I'm thinking, if Will calls you and asks you to come and interview for something like this, that means, one, he trusts you, and he sees something in you, like you fit in. So I did the interview with Miss P, and it went really good. And yeah, that was in 2022. So I started working here 2022 and I was 23. And now I am 26 and I am the psych coordinator of
Psych
Stripe.
See the boss. See the boss.
So what does that mean? What is a psych coordinator in your definition?
So psych coordinator, I oversee everything. So all the staff, teachers, make sure everything's going smoothly for them, making sure Starts Right Here still is successful, and making sure Will's vision keeps going and we go bigger and bigger and bigger.
And speaking of his vision, Mia, like I work with Mia, I am currently in the position that she started at. I'm a student success coach is what we call it. But watching Mia on a daily basis work with these kids, I don't know if you guys have ever seen that video, the video that went viral.
I'm scared.
Of that dog walking through. There was like 3 dogs fighting, and then one came walking through, and all the dogs were like,
Oh, it stopped? Yeah, I saw that video. Yeah.
that's how it is when Mia walks in. So like me, like I'm new, so like I'll tell them something. They're like, all right, Mr. Trey, okay. Mia walks in, they're like, oh, hey. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, Mia got power over here.
I don't be
She got
playing.
big power.
But I don't take advantage of that power though.
Yeah.
Can't do
Oh, she's
that.
still cool. She's still pushing
Yeah.
buttons, man.
I come in and be like, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
But, yeah, that's how I started, and I'm just excited to see what Will has planned for me in the future. Because whatever he wants, I make sure I execute it, and it's done.
At this point, whatever he got planned, I know it's big. Because it seems like everything he does ends up being big. Like B.I.G., super big.
B.I.G. Big dog, the biggest,
Big.
the largest.
Well, let's go. Let's yeah.
Okay.
But let's go here.
Let's go here.
I want to say, what I'm saying, good job.
Oh, thank you.
You know what I'm saying for.
I'm gonna get emotional.
No, you're not.
Say.
I got eyelashes on.
First, good job, because what I'm saying, it was a long ride.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because people gotta realize when you first walk into a position, sometimes you don't see the other person's vision until you get it, especially being a boss, until you become a boss. You know what I'm saying? It's like now, as a boss, you have came to me so many times saying, I see what you're talking about. But before he was like, I'm gonna say question. You know what I'm saying? Some of the decisions I was making and some things I was saying. But to see that you are seeing it for yourself and you're being developed, you know what I'm saying, and you're wanting to be developed, you know what I mean, it's a good thing to see. You know what I'm saying?
I learned from the best.
All right. Who are the best? Am I the best?
Yeah.
That's Denise.
Who?
I'm the best.
So then,
I'm the best of the rest. I'm the best of the rest. Of the rest. All right.
like Dave Chappelle, wrap it up. So my next question is, what, in your own words, does success look like for these students? In your own words, like when you think of these students who have came from where they came from and they're now succeeding, what does that look like?
For them as they're after they leave,
For them, pretty much, the biggest thing here that we think about is progress. Like, so when you see someone succeeding, even if that doesn't mean they've graduated yet, but when you see the progress, what, in your own words, what does that look like? So like, say a student comes in here, they weren't going to school, they were getting in fights, they got expelled, they came here. What does it look like to see them on the track to graduate?
To be honest, it actually looked like this is who they want to be. You know what I'm saying? It's like the other person is not who they really are. The person that's getting their work done, chilling, being respectful, it's who they really are. It's like a lot of kids always become or want to be something that they're not because of the situation or because of somebody hanging around with, But you do have kids who are on that bull, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But a lot of kids that come in here, man, it's like when you hear the stories about, I'm just gonna say his name, Jack. When you hear the stories about Jack, you know what I'm saying, and how they said he was a menace.
Jack in the box. You don't know when something's coming out of him.
Bang.
But Jack has came in here, and everything that anybody has said about him in a negative way,
It's crazy.
he has not shown that at all.
He's a sweet kid.
You know what I
He
mean?
has a lot of energy.
Yeah,
That's
he's
it.
a normal 14.
He's a normal 14-year-old.
So when I see that, I see that we're doing something right. That we're actually making a change, a huge change. You know how hard it is to make a huge change in somebody's life?
Yeah.
Where they think different, they feel different, they act different. So when you're doing that, so let's go back to, the pressure starts right here. So when you see people kids actually living their life, and you see, staff members that's going up to the next level so they can take care of their family, and you seeing things growing, why you want to hurt it because of who I'm connected with?
Like, how selfish.
Why would you want to hurt something that's actually working because you don't like the way another person talk? You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure some of our audience
Yeah, I mean,
knows is the reference.
They know.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we're opening doors for not just students, but for people who want to do this type of work and help out. You know, we talk about the money situation. Like, I like to pay my staff good. I mean, I can pay y'all for what I can pay y'all in the front, but when you get bigger, I can pay a little bit more. I like to pay my staff good because I want them to be able to take care of their families. You know what I'm saying? I want them to be able to take care of their families. I don't like it when people say you got to do positive just from the bottom of your heart, but you got to be broke to do it. You know why? No, you know why a lot of people don't do positive work? Because there's no money and you can't take care of your family by doing it. So they got these odd jobs, these jobs they really don't like. You know what I mean? Because it takes care of their families. But if we can actually pay them well doing something good and use their talent to actually help the community, and they can take care of their families too, why not pay them well?
Big fact.
You know what I'm saying? Negativity been getting paid like it's no tomorrow. You got people that are I'm not knocking radio hosts because that's y'all job. Radio hosts getting paid $500 to $1 million, $2-3 million a year to talk on the radio for only 2 hours a day.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And we're out here, teachers, you know what I'm saying, police officers, you know what I'm saying, nurses, you know, so many different people out here that is doing positive work to help the community, and sometimes we have to scrape to make sure we pay our bills.
Yes.
Why you say it like that?
Pay our bills.
Facts. That came from the heart.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to position starts right here in the level where everybody is getting paid well so you can take care of your families. And then plus, we don't have people coming in and out of these kids' lives.
Yeah.
That too.
Because somebody will come and say, I'll pay you $25 an hour, you come work here. Then you wind up being, well, I'm gonna pay $25 an hour, I gotta support my family. I can't knock that. I gotta understand that. But I guarantee when you go make that $25 an hour, you ain't gonna be happy.
Yeah, man, you're gonna miss these kids for sure.
You're gonna miss these kids. You're gonna always wanna come back, just like one person named Emmanuel. No, I'm playing. but I love Emmanuel.
Working here doesn't even feel like work for real.
It doesn't. The day before,
It's so
like
fun.
if I'm back in the corporate world, bro, the days feel like months. Where I'm like, bro, is it 4 yet? Like, oh my goodness, I've been talking to these customers forever. But then here it just flies. Like next thing you know, it's 1 o'clock. It's chore time. They gotta clean up and get out of here. And I'm like, dang, we did all that.
Already?
Like, oh my goodness,
But y'all did a lot in that
a lot.
in that short period of time.
A lot.
Literally.
Man, it is. I sit here and I watch y'all because this is what me and Miss P had to do in the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Like we was the only one. You know, and my daughter Michaela was here too. So it's basically us three. You know, so we was the ones up in here like making it happen. But now the numbers is bigger than before. We got kids actually literally coming to school
Every day.
Yes.
Literally.
You know what I mean? And they'll say to you, oh, I love being here. I don't want to. And then you got kids who will fail a test
On purpose.
on purpose
to stay here.
because they don't want to leave.
He's like, what? I will never forget when he said that. I was like, are you for real?
Like, are you serious?
Part of me was upset, but part of me was like, oh,
Yeah. Because those kids are saying to themselves, this is, even though they have family, but this is their home, and they don't want to lose. They don't want to lose that.
And then we can say
But they're never losing it because they can always come back.
facts. And
Yeah.
we can say first names to students, right? First names.
You say first names once.
Okay, cool. So we just had a graduate, Giovanni. And even though he was happy to leave, you could tell that he was sad to go. Where he was like, I was like, what are you gonna do all day? Like, you know, you're done with school, bro. Like, life starts for you now. What are you about to do? He's like, I don't know, but that doesn't mean I'm not gonna be back at starts right here. I'm definitely going for you up there.
So he wasn't happy to leave. He was happy that he was finished with school.
Finished with school, not happy
Yeah,
to leave,
yeah.
but happy that he didn't have to do schoolwork no more. But he wants to be here. Like, if I feel like if it was up to him, he'd still be here.
he would.
Honestly.
But the crazy thing about him is that he didn't think at all last year that he was going to pass any classes. And then this year, he man, he went crazy.
He got done so
ASAP.
quick. I'm
Yeah.
like, yo.
And I'd be in their ear all day, every day. Because especially the seniors, I'd be in their ear. So I just know how I am. If I was a senior, bro, and if I had the opportunity to graduate early, I just try to nip that in the bud with them. Do you want to come here on these cold, snowing mornings to school when you know you could have been done in freaking November?
Right.
Like, no. So then,
Right.
sure enough, a lot of them are like, yeah, you're right, bro. I'm not trying to be here.
But
I'm like, yeah.
But the beautiful thing is staff. You guys are on point when it comes down to helping these kids.
Thank you.
You have to, and if in
Clock it.
you
He did hard.
does this work? But you have to have good staff. And like I said earlier, you gotta believe in what we're doing, and you gotta understand that there's certain moves that you might not think is right or make sense or maybe being too much. No, you have to make moves. You know what I'm saying? Because nothing's too much when you're working with youth. You have to be on. What's the word?
On point.
On point. Aware.
Awareness.
Awareness is very important
Hear
when
that
it comes
word
down.
500 times a week.
Oh, you're gonna hear for the rest of your life. You're gonna hear for the rest of your life.
So I'm gonna bring it back in again. I'm gonna bring it back in.
Yeah.
I only got a few more questions for y'all. When was the first time you realized that something like this matters? When was the first time, like in your life, before this was even started, or even while this has been starting, and maybe seeing your first student graduate? But when did you like especially you, Mia? Like, when did you realize that something like this matters? Like something like, this matters.
I noticed it mattered when a lot of I'm gonna say DE students. So we have option students and DE students. So the option students are the students that are 17 to 20. So in option, they chose to come here. And then the DE students are divert expulsion. So whatever homeschool that they're in, they're placed here for behavior, attendance, whatever the case may be. And they're only supposed to be here 30 to 90 days just so we can fix their behavior, see if they're ready to go back to the homeschool or do credit recovery.
And
So
homeschool meaning their school that they were already at.
yeah, so
Gotcha.
if you're in Iowa, Lincoln, Roosevelt, North, etc. So I knew it mattered when their meeting would come up and it was time for them to go back, and they'd be like, they would start freaking out. They're like, no,
I don't want to
I don't want to go back. Can I stay until da 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 da? And I'm like, okay.
I guess we'll
'Cause first-
advocate for you to
yeah.
stay here if that's what you really want to
Yeah,
do.
but and with that, I always tell them, okay, if you want to stay here, behavior got to be on point, grades got to be on point. Whatever we tell you to do, you may not like or understand why we're telling you, but if you do it, and then behind the scenes ask why we had you do it, okay, you're learning. And when that meeting comes, you got to advocate for yourself and explain to them why you feel like you should stay here. And once they started doing that, I'm like, oh yeah, we got that. Okay.
What about you, Uncle? Like, did you have an event before, even before you were an adult? Like, did you realize that something like this needed to be in place?
Well, with me, it started with Terry Harris getting killed. And I started seeing so many kids that I knew, that I worked with, you know what I'm saying, start dying and going to jail. And our own culture was doing it to each other. And so I knew then, and as I did these groups, which I was doing groups called The Porch, in elementary school, middle school, and high school. And I started listening to their mindset. And I started seeing that a lot of these kids' mindset is so off. I mean, it's crazy that I was like, you can't think that way. There's no way that you just said that. For example, a kid said, why should I come to school? Y'all should pay me to come to school. You know what I'm saying? So when you hear stuff like that and not playing around but being dead serious about that, you should pay me. Y'all get paid. Pay me to come to school. I said, wow.
Education?
I didn't even know how to respond to that, but to know that the mindset of our youth, I felt like they wasn't being taught or developed at all. So something had to be done. You know what I mean? Well, my son and my nephew and my daughter wanted me to do a song about what's going on in the community. And I did that song called Wake Up Iowa. I had no idea Wake Up Iowa was going to starts right here.
Go check that out.
Wake Up Iowa.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I had no idea that song was going to starts right here. So,
That's crazy.
Wake Up Iowa by Will Keeps, by the way. Sorry.
WILLKEEPS.
Don't forget the S.
Don't get the S. People want to say, we'll keep you. No.
Keeps.
But anyway.
Keeps coming.
I cannot.
But anyway, but yeah, it's all the things that was happening in our community. When you had like 29 to 30 homicides, you know what I'm saying? And it got to the point where I'm like, but then people don't want to really get deep into this type of work because they're afraid. And that's a whole nother story that we'll get to at another time. But people are afraid of a backlash or parents that, you know, parents that say they want their kids to get help, but some parents are part of the problem. You know, to see that some parents are part of the problem makes me like I don't even know
It's a whole.
like what to even to say. And then you got parents that's not the problem, that's actually great parents, and their kids decide to be parents by social media and the streets.
Yeah.
And they make their parents look bad. It's so many different angles to this. That's why you need programs like this. You know what I'm saying? Not just for Starts Right Here, and I'm sure other people are going to try to make other programs like this. But you need programs that are like really getting in the minds of the youth and even getting in the minds of the parents that we have to move different if you want things to be successful.
Exactly.
You want things to move. Now, everything ain't gonna never be perfect. Ain't gonna ever be perfect, but at least you're trying different things to make it right. And hopefully the parents or the kids can actually see that you're actually trying to make a change for that, to make things right.
Yeah.
So that's part of our job, even though Starts Right Here got 8,000 doggone hats.
Literally, I'll do everything.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and sometimes it can, I'm telling you, sometimes I go home at 1:30 sometimes, and I'm asleep by 3 o'clock.
No, literally.
Because my mind's so mentally drained. Like when I leave here, I'm still at work. People don't understand that. When I leave here, I'm still working. Cause I don't know why I gave my number out. But man, they got my number, boy, and they be using it. That's okay. I want them, I had to wake up. It's okay. I want them to use it, you know what I'm saying? But dang, sometimes I can't answer. And I hate sometimes when I don't answer, it'd be something very important, and then I feel like I screwed up. So anyway, that's a whole nother story too.
Yeah, that's a whole nother story. And again, we're gonna have way more episodes than this episode, upcoming. But I want to ask one last question.
I'm glad. Let it be the last.
Before we wrap it up, what do you wish more people understood about the youth that come here?
That they're youth, that they're young, you know what I'm saying, and they're not developed yet. And even though a lot of them need some help, you know what I'm saying, some guidance, you have to be patient, but you have to read the room as well. Some will tell you that they ain't trying to hear nothing you're talking about. And no matter how hard you try, they're not trying to, you know what I'm saying, pay attention. They will have to be the ones to come to you, you know what I'm saying, and say, okay, I'm ready. And we have, as adults, we have to allow that. If we keep pushing somebody to be what we want them to be, you know, it's like they're gonna keep rebelling. But then you have kids who are begging for someone that they can trust to love them and actually help them through the process of developing their minds and their growth and understanding who they are, you know what I'm saying, and what they want to be. It's so many different angles to this, man. That's why I always tell people to read the room and don't ignore Don't ignore these youths. Don't ignore nobody.
Be.
Aware. Be aware.
I want to ask you that question too, Mia. What do you wish people understood more about these kids that come here? Since you deal with them every single day, Miss Site Coordinator.
Yeah.
There's a theme song about that too?
Oh my God.
No, I'm not gonna do it.
You just threw me off. What?
What do you wish people understood more about the kids that come to Starts Right Here? Because I feel like to put it in context, you know, people, you might see somebody like a lot of the kids that you see around here on the street, and some people might see them and be like, oh, there goes another one. That's just not going to be anything at all with their lives. What do you wish people, what do you think people should understand about these kids before they just chalk them out?
I mean, I feel like what Will said, just remember they're young. Like, their frontal lobe is not even close to being developed. So be patient. Yes, it's annoying having to repeat yourself multiple times, but they're young. You're going to have to repeat yourself.
But read that room. But read that room.
Yeah, read the room. But you have to, like you said, read the room. And I don't know. I have my own formula of like understanding the kids. So like, of course, be like, yo, no, don't do that. That's not smart. X, Y, Z. But I pretty much say the same thing their parent might say, but also relate to them as well. I feel like a lot of people now be like, but you can still be like, and I'm saying that because I was your age once.
Yeah, give them a why.
Yeah.
There's nothing the kid hates worse than you just saying it because I said
not
so.
explain. Yeah, I said so, not explaining why. I mean, you don't always have to explain why to a kid, but sometimes they need that why. So I always say, and this works, I always say, hey, I stole this from him. Think of me as your crystal globe. When you ask me a question and I answer you, how old am I? And they'll tell me, how old are you? Okay, so I was your age once, right? Been there, done that. So this is gonna happen. If
like I'm giving you the blueprint.
Yeah, exactly.
Like literally the blueprint, so you don't make the same mistakes I did.
Yeah, if then when you say that, they're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So.
And I'll say what I think people should understand is that a lot of these kids, they're being who they think they need to be, and not who they really want to be. Because they're around people who they think they got to be hard, they think they got to act like a dummy, they think they got to do this, that, and the other, so they can get the approval from people that don't even matter. You know. So I wish people understood that about them instead of again chalking them out to a lost cause, and that's why they come here.
I feel like that's what works for Starts Right Here too, because the staff always say, hey, you don't gotta be like just be
soft,
yourself.
man. Not be
cool.
salty, but it's like you don't gotta be hard as a rock all the time.
We got you.
And then I feel like pause. Oh my God. And then
Did he just do that?
yes, he did. And then when I call them the OG. Heck, you know. When the OG students, that's what I call them. Students that been here for like a year plus, and new students come in. They always go to them. So if they're causing a chain reaction or feel like they gotta come in here and be like macho, whatever, the other students will be like, you don't have to be like that here. We're cool. Like.
Oh yeah, the other students be like, hey,
just chill.
What are you doing? We chill up in here.
You know, ourselves here. We're not trying to be no one that we're not.
That's not normal. Like at other schools, no. Like they don't even.
Well, that was my last question for everyone here. Thanks everyone for tuning in to the very first episode of Starts Right Here podcast. Again, where we educate, empower, and equip the next generation.
He got it right. He got it right.
First episode, we have more episodes where we'll be talking about mental health, student success stories, local leaders. We'll be having a lot of people on this podcast, a lot of conversations, personal stories that need to be told. So thanks for tuning in. And if you want to support our cause, you can visit us at startrighthere.org to learn more about us and see how you can contribute to this movement. And peace.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Hey.
That was good. That was really good.
Perfect.
We're building the future, the vision is strong. Teaching the youth where they truly belong. The voices of struggle, the stories we hear, the change that we need, it starts right here. Starts right here. Starts right here. Starts right here.